Hey guys, how's it going? As you know, we live in uncertain times and any disaster can happen at any time. Martial law could be enacted. There's all kinds of different scenarios that you should be prepared for. I've made a previous video about a 72-hour bug-out survival kit. It was a 4-part series, and that covers if you need to leave your home. This video will be about the supplies you need if you're staying at home in a disaster situation. What you're looking at are supplies that will keep you and your family safe, alive, and healthy. Water is probably the most important thing you'll need to keep yourself alive. In a disaster situation, there might not be fresh, clean drinking water available, so you will need to disinfect the water that you're drinking. You can do this by using common household bleach, chlorine bleach. You can put about 3 drops per quart of water, and if you let it sit for a while, the chlorine will evaporate and it'll taste a little bit better. Also, I recommend that you get storage containers. This is a 5-gallon container. It costs about $6. Also, you can save your water bottles, soda bottles, everything, and just store as much water as possible. Next is food. Without food, you'll die. In a disaster survival situation, food may become scarce and people will probably be starving. So you need to stock up on as much food as you possibly can. The price of rice and other foods have increased dramatically over the last year, and it's still going to keep going up. So you should get as much as you can now while it's at a lower price, because it will be more expensive in the future. And this goes for other food items too. This 10-pound bag of rice cost me about $6. These beans cost me about 94 cents. And these are excellent foods for keeping yourself alive because they have a lot of what you need to stay alive. Also, with the rice, you don't need a heat source. You can soak it in water for 4 or 5 hours and it'll be ready to eat. Dried foods are really good because they last a long time, years. Right here I have oven toasted old-fashioned oats, and this is packed with good things too. 3 grams of fat, 140 milligrams of potassium, 27 carbohydrate, 5 grams of protein, 4 grams of dietary fiber. An excellent food to stock up on. These ramen noodle things are really cheap. You can get a lot of them for a very low price. And this also has things you need like salt. Salt and sugar are very important. Another great non-perishable item is canned goods. Tuna fish is a really good one, relatively cheap. Anything canned is good. Ravioli, beans, you can get vegetables, fruit. Anything non-perishable is good and it'll last a really long time. You don't have to buy your food all at once. You can pick up a little bit each time you go to the store. I know not everybody has a lot of money, including myself. So get it little by little, whatever you can spare at the time. And eventually you'll have a lot of food. It'll build up after a while. The next thing you should be stocking up on is weapons and ammunition. The reason for that is because you're going to need to defend your family and your food, and possibly hunt for food. If someone's starving, they're going to do whatever they can to get food, including try to steal your food. And if they steal your food, that puts you and your family in jeopardy, so you will need to be able to defend that. And by all means, use less lethal options if you can, such as a baton or mace. If you have plenty of food and you feel that you can give some out to someone, then by all means do so. Also, baby formula would be a good thing to have on hand, because if you can help out a starving baby, that would be a really good thing. Next, you'll need first aid supplies, iodine. You can use this to purify water and treat wounds. Aspirin, antibiotic ointment, and bandages, field dressings. All kinds of first aid stuff. Stock up on it. Also, save any painkillers you may get. If you have surgery or something, use what you need to get better and save the rest. You possibly could help yourself or your family or somebody else who are in pain. If there's an economic collapse or a total breakdown of society, you're going to need things to kill germs and diseases. Antibacterial wipes, disinfectant wipes, bleach. Also, personal hygiene will be very important. Stock up on soap, shampoo, whatever, toothpaste. All kinds of hygiene supplies are important. Also, if you have animals, I would suggest you get food for them. I have 2 dogs myself. I love them. They protect my house. And they're there for moral support also. So, you do not want to see your dogs die in a stressful situation. Also, gasoline and different fuels, like this lamp oil. You can make stoves out of these. You can use it to light fires, keep warm. It's just a very good thing to have around and have stored away. Gasoline and fuels. Flashlights are definitely a good thing to have. You're going to need batteries. Also, they make hand crank lights, which actually work really well. There's no batteries. Also, there's hand crank radios, which would also be a good thing to have. A radio is definitely something very important, so you can keep up on your information on the news. Also, candles. This is a survival candle. It has a 60-hour burn time. Having a lot of candles is definitely a good thing. I would recommend stocking up on clothing, especially warm clothing, hats, gloves, scarves, thermals, coats, shirts, pants, everything. You're always going to need clothes. Heavy-duty garbage bags can be used as a shelter, a poncho, a lot of different things. Also, plastic Ziploc bags have many uses. You can store water in them. You can use them as gloves if you're handling a corpse, removing a dead body from your property. You should be buying paper plates, plastic cups, plastic silverware. Water will be at a premium in these kind of scenarios, and you do not want to waste it on washing dishes. Strike anywhere matches, lighters, fire steels, anything you need to light a fire. Also, I would stock up on wood outside your house. In the wintertime, it's going to get cold. Chances are you may not have power and heat. You will need a lot of wood, pre-chop it, and have it ready to go for when you need it. You're going to need tools, axes, shovels, wrenches, hammers, everything. All kinds of tools. Also, it's not a bad idea to invest in some camping supplies, sleeping bags, pillows, sleeping mats, tents, stoves. All of that stuff would be useful in a disaster situation. Like I said in the beginning, we live in uncertain times. A disaster could strike at any time. Martial law could be enacted, the NWO, terrorism, domestic and foreign. We never know what's going to happen, and it'll happen when you least expect it, so you need to be prepared. If you're just beginning to stock up on supplies, definitely start with the water supplies, the food supplies, ammunition and weapons first. Those will probably be the most important items you'll need. I also wanted to say check out Martin from You Choose a Side. He's got a video called Don't Come to My House, and it talks about food storage and preparation and defending your food. Also, I would recommend you check out his other videos. He's very smart and he really knows what's going on. So check out You Choose a Side on YouTube. And thanks a lot, guys. That's it for now, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.